In research, gathering data is very important. But gathering data for a very large population, it consumes a lot of effort, time, and money. That's why we have sampling. Sampling is when selecting a portion of a population and its results are used as the basis to infer information about a population without investigating every individual. Through this, it's a very practical technique. Today, we are now going to discuss about the 6 types of sampling techniques and methods. But before we go into that, we will now first go to the 2 general types of sampling. The first general type is random sampling, or also known as probability. This general type has no particular order, or does not follow certain rules in selecting respondents. It is advisable for it to be non-biased method, meaning that everyone has the chance of being selected. The second general type is non-random sampling, also known as non-probability. This general type is biased and everyone does not have an equal chance of being selected. This method can only be used in special cases. So, that's the 2 general types of sampling. We will now going to proceed to the 6 types of sampling techniques and methods. First, we have simple random sampling method, or also known as the Bol activity or the computer-generated number. This method simply chooses randomly among the population. The second sampling technique is stratified sampling method. This is a method used when the population is divided into different groups or classes. But in this case, all groups must be represented. This method is used with a certain formula called Slovin's formula, where sample size is equal to population divided by 1 plus population times margin of error squared. Take note that the margin of error is the remaining population that is not included in the study. And usually, the margin of error is in percentage form, typically 5%. Take note that there are 3 formulas for the Slovin's formula. The first one is for getting the sample size, the second one is for getting the margin of error, and the third one is for getting the population. So, we'll now proceed to the third method, which is cluster sampling method. This is almost the same with stratified random sampling method. This is used to a very large population, and under that population, there must be groups with the same homogeneous characteristics. In this method, you have to use simple random sampling method to choose what group or groups to conduct a research on. The number of groups you'll research on will be based on your capability. Take note that all the respondents among those groups will be your sample. The fourth method is systematic sampling method. This is one of the simplest methods where sample members from a large population are selected by number of interval. You will have the interval by dividing the number of population by the number of sample, but you can only choose the starting point randomly. The fifth method is purposive sampling, or also known as judgment sampling. This type of sampling is a biased one, for researcher only selects people who are knowledgeable based on the objective of the study. The last one is the sixth method, convenient sampling method. This type of sampling is the fastest and most biased because this is cheap, fast, and easy. It is where you include people who are easy to reach and are more easy to recruit. More likely, convenient sampling is a type of non-probability sampling, which doesn't include random selection participants. This is convenient sampling where you just interview someone who is readily available. And that's it. That's the 6 types of sampling techniques and methods.